everybody, it's me again. I just wanted to talk to you about why I've been so big on posting information about social media, how to protect yourself, cyberbullying, stuff like that. And that's because there's been a lot of talk about a correlation between social media, technology devices, remember SMTDs, that's just how I shortened it up, and mental health. Even The Economist is printing articles showing that the more time you spend on social media, the more depressed you are, the more anxious you are. Another thing is they've actually been shown to prove that there's similarities between addiction, such as gambling addiction, and internet addiction. Every time you hear that bling on your cell phone, people start to get a bit of a rush of dopamine. It's much like gambling. When you hit a jackpot or you blings and you think that you won a little bit of money, you get a rush of dopamine, and that's how some people get addicted to gambling really bad. So because of that, like I said, I've spent a lot of time thinking, I don't think that there's been this massive increase in mental health problems. The only variable I come up with would be, let me show you, technology. And technology can be a great thing. I'm not saying that, abandon your cell phones and get off your computers, that they're terrible things, but simply that people are spending too much time on social media and the internet, and they're not spending enough face-to-face interaction. So I've noticed that the more time, I've actually studied, the more time that you spend on social media, the worse your mental health wellness tends to be. You tend to be more anxious, you tend to be more depressed, and that's definitely assisted by cyberbullying. Kids these days now, they tie themselves so up into their social media accounts, they really think that that's can make or break them. And as teenagers, it's very fragile, and then there's adults that they don't understand how to adjust their social media accounts for their privacy, and all it takes is you put up one picture for 1 second, somebody gets a screenshot of it, and all of a sudden the entire world sees you doing something that you might not want them to necessarily see. So there's this loss of privacy, which of course is going to make people more anxious. We've seen a sharp, dramatic rise in mental health diagnoses, and I think that is directly related to social media and technology devices. Technology devices specifically because you're isolating yourself. You're always on your phone. You're always on your tablet. You're never doing face-to-face interaction. And because of that, because of this increase in all of our time spent on our technology devices, on our social media, we tend to reduce our social interaction, face-to-face communication, writing to people, talking to people on the phone. It creates more anxiety because we're used to hiding behind a screen where it's safe, instead of going out and actually doing things. People don't even go out and shop anymore. They hire companies to bring them their groceries. So there's less of this. And what really concerns me is that because there's less social interaction, we see an increase in social isolation, which is very, very bad for people with mental health issues. We see greater rates of low self-esteem that ties into mental health wellness. And we almost see an increase in learned helplessness. It's like, if I don't have a computer, if I don't have my smartphone, I don't know how to read a map. I don't know how to do this. The most simple things is learned helplessness, So that's the basis of my Code Green theory. I chose Code Green because green is the color that's been designated for mental health issues, but also because I think it's a little bit ironic. We think Code Green, everything's all good, but in reality, things are not doing so good. There's been this 30% increase in suicide from 1999 to 2010. I think they did the research on. I have all that information on my Facebook page if you're interested in learning, and I'll continue to post pictures, links to websites about how to reduce cyberbullying, how to identify it. Basically, just be nice to people on social media. Promote mental health and wellness. There's a lot of things that you can do, but I just wanted to make a point that I think that we need to spend more time getting connected with each other in meaningful ways, off of our devices, off of our social media accounts. We shouldn't be spending hours upon hours on them. And I know I'm one to speak, but I'm really just trying to get a message out. So, I know they would call that, making an excuse and this and that. I don't want to be a YouTube star. I don't want to be anything famous, but I do want to get a message out about mental health, mental well-being, mental health issues, because I am one of the 1 in 4 that is suffering from mental health problems. And I want people to be aware that we're not all like how they appear on the media, where we're all killing people and we're all doing this and that. Many of us, your coworkers, your loved ones, your friends, they have illnesses and issues that you don't even know about because there is a bit of a stigma attached to it. There's a lot of people that still believe that this is a moral failing, this is a behavioral issue, and in some cases it is, and in other cases there are people that are very sick and they need medication and they need our compassion and help. And one of the things that we can do is kind of try to eliminate this bullying on social media, especially amongst teenagers when they're young and vulnerable and they don't know what they're posting and they don't realize that posting suggested pictures is not the best idea, because like I said, colleges and employers, they do go and they look at your social media accounts now. They Google your name, they see your reputation, they go, I don't know if I want this person working for me, or this looks good, this looks bad. So just keep that in mind. What you post, be careful about that. Protect your loved ones. Just definitely go to Think, Connect. It's on my webpage. I got a lot of great, stopbullying.gov is a great place it's a great website to go to learn about things like this, about how people, what it is, what cyberbullying is, how to help prevent it, how to not be a bystander, how to step in. So I would highly recommend that website, and I'll put some links to some other websites. And again, visit my Facebook page, facebook.com/agents.1of1in4, and that's all just spelled out phonetically. And I also have an Instagram account, instagram.com/1of1in4. With a slash in the middle. I don't know. I'm not very tech savvy. I'm gonna admit it. So just go and check that out, because I'm always posting information about how to improve your mental health well-being, and websites you can go to get better information about that. So thank you for tuning in. I always appreciate it. Stay well. Have a happy holidays. See you again shortly.